Dear fifth semester optional students, to begin with the chapter unit number 1, that is its past and the present. In this you have lessons number 1, aspects of language, the making of English, in which the Old English period, the Middle English period, the Modern English period. Number 3, general character of English. 4th, English as a global language. So the first, aspects of language. So first, we have to know what is language and how the language helps us to have a communication, because the language is the species specific, means it is specifically for human beings. From the help of this, we have an efficient system of education. So language is human speech, to begin with this. It is spoken or written. That's why from the language we have the efficient system of communication. And we have been identified as the most valuable single portion of human race. So language is the efficient, vehicle, media to have communication among human beings. So that's why one Humboldt, the 18th century linguist, claims that man is man through the use of language alone. The word language comes from the Latin lingua. Its meaning is tongue, and language is still often called a tongue, as in expressions like mother tongue, native tongue, like this. And the term language has been defined variously as a system by which sounds and meanings are related, a means of communication, and as the institution whereby humans interact with each other by means of habitually used oral, auditory, arbitrary symbols. The systematic study of language is called linguistics, and people who study linguistics are linguists. So, language is the most necessary media for human beings to have communication. So, then what are the components of this language? Let us come know the components of the language. So, all languages have certain things in common. These include sound pattern, words, grammatical structure. These three very important things it includes. Sound pattern is a group of sounds that the human speech organs can utter. So, from these, we can speak. And most languages have 20 to 30 of these sounds. And words are another component. Words are sounds or sound patterns that have a meaning. Words may stand for objects, actions, or ideas. Grammatical structure is the manner in which words are combined to form larger meaningful units, such as sentences. And descriptive linguistics studies the internal phonological, lexical, and grammatical structures of language at given points in time without reference to their histories or to one another. The study and description of the speech sounds is called phonetics. So, the language study, phonetics is the branch of linguistics which deals with the study of human speech sounds. The study of how words combine to form grammatical sentence is a syntax, and the study of meaning of words is called semantics. So there are language varieties. All of us know there are many varieties of the language. English, it has so many dialects, and one very good, dialect which is nearest to the language will be used widely across the state or across the nation. That is claiming the, I mean, language status. So in Kannada also we have so many, I mean, different Kannadas in Karnataka. Likewise, different Englishes across the world. So that's why we differentiate English as a British English with a British accent, American English with American accent, Canadian English, Indian English. So many different, I mean, varieties of Englishes are there. And we can also talk about the language change. The makeup of language does not remain the same over long periods. There will be change in the grammar, there will be change in the vocabulary and sound patterns. All they change by the course of time. And language change is universal and it is continuous and it is a continual process from one age to the other age in a very considerable degree. So, historical linguistics, also called diachronic linguistics, a branch of historical linguistics that is concerned with comparing language to establish their historical relatedness, is called comparative linguistics. So, there are many branches of linguistics are there and they are for our studies. And language families. This historical relatedness is explained metaphorically in terms of families by virtue of their common descent from a parent language. Because there is a belief, maybe in the very earlier times, there was only one language, and people who have, I mean, who lived in a particular area, maybe at the banks of the river. So when there was a single language, but in course of time, the years, lots of years, so people began to migrate from that place to the other parts of the world, as per the geographical differences, as per the, I mean, differences in the, I mean, their cultivation, their system of living. So language has also, single language has also taken its, I mean, differences, changes, and later on it gave birth to so many, I mean, languages as well. That's why this linguistics, they argue that when speakers of a language become divided into groups, and this continues to change in its own way, and today we can have so many languages. But even if we have these varieties of language, if we go to study the report or the study of linguists, they claim that all the languages in Asia, China, and in the Baltic countries, Iran, Armenia, Europe, may have originated from a single language. And we call them as a language family. So that's why most of the Indian languages and European languages, even English, is in the Indo-European family of language. So that's what we see here in this chapter. And coming to the next chapter, I explain in another video.